The High Council chamber was darker than the academy halls. Large screens floated in the air. Replaying the combat recordings, every movement of the human girl was shown again and again. Each strike, each step, each moment of control, the council members watched in silence. These beings ruled military decisions across the galaxy. They had seen countless wars. Few things surprised them. This surprised them. She did not use full force, one council member said, even against elite cadets. Another nodded slowly. That is what concerns me. The head instructor stood before them. She followed academy rules, he said. She showed restraint. A council member leaned forward. Restraint, he repeated, is more dangerous than rage. The screen paused on a single frame. The human girl standing calmly while her opponent knelt. This is not academy training, another council member said. This is battlefield preparation. The head instructor agreed. Humanity has trained for survival, he said, not for glory. The council fell silent again. After a long moment, the highest counselor spoke. Change the classification. He ordered. The system responded instantly. Species status updated, it announced. Humanity underestimated. The word lingered. No, the counselor corrected. That was the past. He looked at the screen. Humanity is now a strategic power. Back at the academy, the human girl walked alone through the quiet halls. Students watched from a distance. No whispers of mockery followed her now. Only silence. A young cadet stepped forward and bowed slightly. She paused. Surprised, he looked up. Will you teach us? He asked. She thought for a moment. If you are willing to learn, she replied. Without pride, he nodded and stepped aside. News traveled fast across the stars. Military networks shared the academy footage. Analysts slowed the videos. They studied human movement, human control, human restraint. Fear spread, not of what humans had shown, but of what they had not, on distant worlds. Leaders asked the same question. How much are they holding back? In the academy, new banners were prepared. They did not show conquest. They showed survival. The human girl stood beneath them. During morning assembly, the head instructor addressed the students. Strength alone does not rule the galaxy, he said. Control does. His eyes met the human girl's. And humanity has both. She said nothing. She did not need to, far beyond the academy. In the deep silence of space, something changed. The galaxy had mocked humanity once. It would not do so again, because now, it understood a simple truth. Humans did not seek fear, but they had earned it. The next morning, the Galactic Combat Academy woke with sharp alarms and cold lights. Students filled the training sector, wearing armor, weapons, and confident smiles. This was the day everyone waited for. First combat evaluation decided who belonged and who would be removed. The quiet human girl arrived early. She stood at the edge of the massive training arena. The floor was steel. The air smelled of heat and energy. High above, instructors watched from glass platforms. Large screens showed names, ranks, and combat groups. Her name appeared again in the lowest group. Some students laughed when they saw it. She is still here. One said, she must enjoy embarrassment. Another replied. The girl did not look at them. She slowly adjusted her gloves. Her breathing was steady. Her face showed no fear. An instructor walked to the center of the arena. His voice echoed. Today's test is simple, he said. Endurance, control, and reaction. Fail any part, and you leave the academy. Many students nodded with confidence. The instructor's eyes stopped on the human girl for a moment. Do not worry, he added. The test is adjusted for weaker species. Laughter spread again. The human girl heard it all. She remained silent. The first test was endurance. The floor began to heat. Energy waves moved through the ground, shaking legs and armor. Some students struggled. Others pushed through with strength and pride. The human girl stood still. Sweat appeared on her face, but she did not move. Her knees did not shake. Her breathing stayed slow. A nearby alien glanced at her and smiled. She will fall soon. Minutes passed. One student dropped to the floor. Then another. Med drones removed them quickly. The human girl was still standing. The instructor frowned. Slightly. The second test began without pause. Light drones fired energy pulses at random speeds. Students had to dodge or block them. Fast reactions were needed. Screams filled the air as hits landed. The human girl moved, not fast, not slow, just enough. Each step was small. Each motion was clean. A pulse passed close to her head. She tilted slightly. Another aimed at her legs. She stepped aside, no wasted movement. Some students noticed. The laughter became quiet. The alien who mocked her earlier missed a dodge and fell. He looked up and saw the human girl still standing. His smile disappeared. The instructor leaned forward. "Interesting," he said quietly. The final test appeared on the screen. Combat simulation. Students murmured. This was the part where many failed. Training weapons activated. Power levels were low, but still painful. Pairs were assigned. The human girl was placed against a larger opponent from a warrior race known for strength. The crowd reacted. "That is unfair." Someone laughed. For him, the opponent stepped forward and cracked his neck. "Try not to cry, human," he said. She looked at him. Her eyes were calm. "I will not," she replied. The signal sounded. The opponent charged, fast and heavy. The ground shook under his steps. The human girl did not move. At the last second, she shifted her weight. The arena lights flickered. The instructor's eyes widened. The moment froze. As the crowd held its breath, something was about to change. Asterisk, the signal echoed. Through the arena, the large alien charged forward, his heavy steps shaking the metal floor. His strength was clear. Many students believed the fight would end in seconds. The human girl stood still at the last moment. She moved. She stepped to the side with perfect timing. The alien's strike missed her by a small distance. Before he could turn, she placed her hand on his arm and shifted her weight. It was a simple motion. The alien lost balance. Gasps filled the arena as the massive body crashed into the floor. The sound echoed loudly. No one laughed now. The human girl stepped back and waited. The alien tried to rise, confusion on his face. He had expected pain. He had expected resistance. He had not expected control. He charged again. Angry this time, the girl moved faster. She ducked under his swing, twisted, and used his own force against him. The alien flew across the arena and slammed into the barrier. The combat shield flashed bright blue dots. Silence spread. The instructor stood frozen. The simulation system reacted late. Warning lights blinked across the screen. Unusual impact detected. The system announced. The alien did not stand up. Medical drones rushed in, scanning him. He was alive, unconscious, but unharmed. The girl lowered her hands and stepped away. Students stared at her. Some looked shocked, some looked afraid. Some looked confused. A whisper moved through the crowd. "That was not strength," someone said. "That was skill." The instructor finally raised his hand. "Stop the test," he ordered. The arena froze. Energy fields powered down. All eyes stayed on the human girl. She stood calmly in the center of the floor. Her breathing was normal. Her face showed no pride, no anger. The instructor walked toward her slowly. "What training did you receive?" he asked. She looked at him. "Human training," she answered. The instructor frowned. "That was not listed in your file." She nodded. "Most of it is not." Murmurs spread again, louder now. Another instructor spoke from the platform. That movement should not be possible for her size. The human girl looked up. "On my world," she said, "size never decided survival." The main screen behind her suddenly changed. Red symbols appeared. "Alert," the system announced. "Power output exceeds expected limits." The arena lights dimmed. A low sound filled the room. Students stepped back. The instructors exchanged looks. One of them typed commands quickly. This must be an error, he said. The human girl looked at the screen. She did not seem surprised. Do not adjust it, she said calmly. The instructors paused. She continued, her voice steady. I am holding back. The words hit harder than the fight. Silence returned. Deeper than before, the system scanned her again. Numbers changed rapidly. The screen flashed yellow. Restriction detected. The system confirmed. A cold feeling spread through the arena. The instructor swallowed. Why? He asked. She looked around at the students who had laughed at her, at the banners that showed victory but not survival. Because this is training, she said. Not war. No one spoke. The head instructor slowly raised his hand. End evaluation, he said. Prepare advanced assessment. Gasps erupted. Advanced assessment was not given on the first day. The human girl nodded once as she walked away from the arena. Students moved aside without being told. Fear mixed with respect in their eyes. Behind her, the academy systems continued to flash warnings. For the first time, the Galactic Combat Academy understood something important. They had not welcomed a weak human. They had invited a reminder of what humanity could become. The Galactic Combat Academy floated above a blue star, shining like a symbol of power. It was the most elite training place in the known galaxy. Warriors from hundreds of races came here to learn combat, strategy, and survival. Only the strongest species were respected inside these walls. Humans were not one of them. Most students believed humans were weak. History files showed them as slow, emotional, and fragile. Many thought humans survived only because stronger races allowed it. So when a human name appeared on the new arrival list, it became a joke before the day even started. She arrived without noise. The girl stepped through the main gate alone. She was small compared to others. Around her, tall armored beings walked with loud steps. Some had glowing eyes. Some had metal skin. She wore a simple dark uniform, no symbols, no marks of pride. Her hair was tied back. Her eyes stayed low. She did not look scared. Students noticed her quickly. Whispers moved through the wide hall. A human. Why is she here? She will not last one day. She heard them. She said nothing. The academy hall was huge, with banners of powerful races hanging from the ceiling. Each banner told a story of conquest and victory. None belonged to humans. The girl paused for a moment, then continued walking. An instructor watched her from above. His skin was gray and hard like stone. He checked her file and made a sound of doubt. A human cadet, he said quietly. Strange choice. The girl stopped at the center line with the other new students. Most stood tall and proud. Some showed their strength openly. She stood still, hands at her sides. Calm like water before a storm. A loud voice filled the hall. Welcome to the Galactic Combat Academy, the instructor said. Only the strong survive here. Weakness will be removed. Many eyes turned to the human girl. A tall alien student stepped closer to his friends and laughed. She will be removed first. The girl did not react. Training assignments appeared on the large screen. Her name flashed near the bottom. She was placed in the lowest combat group. It was meant for those expected to fail. She read it and nodded once as the students moved toward their dorms. Some blocked her path. One alien leaned down, his shadow covering her. You are lost, human, he said. This place is not for you. She looked up slowly. Her eyes were calm. Not angry. Not afraid. I am where I need to be, she said softly. The alien blinked, surprised by her voice. She walked past him without waiting for a reply. That night, the academy lights dimmed. In the human dorm room, she sat alone on her bed. The walls were cold metal. No pictures. No comfort. She removed a small band from her wrist. The metal beneath it showed old scars. Not fresh. Not weak. She closed her eyes. Her thoughts went far away. 2 broken cities. 2 harsh worlds. To endless training where failure meant death. Humanity had learned to survive without mercy. Pain was a teacher. Silence was armor. Tomorrow. was her first training session. The Academy believed she would fail. They did not know what humanity had endured, and they were not ready to learn.
Hello, we're excited to show you our native speech capabilities.
Where you can direct a voice, create realistic dialogue, and so much more. Edit these placeholders to get started.
A colorful cartoon city named Nurabad, small houses, peaceful streets, soft sunlight, animated style, emotional and warm tone. Children playing, birds flying, cinematic wide shot. Old cartoon inventor Baba Kareem inside a small messy workshop, tools everywhere. Lonely old man sitting and looking at the sky through window. Emotional mood, soft lighting, animated cartoon style. Cute small cartoon robot being created from metal parts. Big glowing eyes, red heart light on chest. Baba Kareem smiling with tears, magical sparks, emotional animated scene. Cute cartoon robot Raju helping children and old people in city, carrying bags, kids laughing, colorful happy cartoon environment, heartwarming animation. Sad cartoon robot standing alone while people point fingers and walk away, emotional scene, cloudy sky, robot looking down sadly, animated cinematic shot. Big fire in cartoon city, flames everywhere, smoke, people running, Baba Kareem trapped inside workshop, dramatic animated style, intense lighting. Cartoon robot Raju entering fire bravely, body getting damaged, glowing red heart light fading, saving old man, emotional slow motion, cinematic dramatic animation. Robot Raju repaired and waking up, red heart light glowing again, Baba Kareem hugging robot with tears of joy, happy cartoon ending, warm light, emotional final scene.